Toronto paramedics load an assault suspect into an ambulance on Wednesday, December 13, 2017. Ernest Doroszuk, Toronto's son. Her name is baby Scarlett and many are praying for her to be this year's Christmas miracle. While Toronto police say the tiny little girl's wounds, sustained in an attack in an Etobicoke condo, are very serious and life-threatening, there's hope she will make it through the attempt on her young life. I know from speaking with my officers at 22 Division, and the various first responders and citizens who were on scene, there is a powerful and palpable sense of hope that this 4-month-old baby girl will pull through and survive her injuries, said Supt. Heinz Cook, who is 22 Division's commanding officer. That would be a Christmas wish that came early. Unknown trouble. Sherway Gardens Road. Evans of update on injuries. Man and woman's injuries not life-threatening. Baby's injuries not attributed to stab wounds. Baby is in critical condition. Investigation ongoing. DH. Toronto Police Ops at T-Sutton's December 13, 2017. Anytime a small child is egregiously injured through a criminal act, we ask ourselves, why? How could this happen? But when that child is an infant, totally defenseless, totally dependent on our care, our hearts break, said Cook, a father of 2. The veteran, big-hearted cop who does a lot of work for charity, was emotional as he talked about this horrific case. He was not alone. Our fingers are crossed. We were seeing some progress, said a source close to the emergency efforts being done at the hospital for sick children. But she is not out of the woods yet. That said, paramedics, doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, neighbors and security and building management personnel at a condominium complex on Sherway Gardens Road, across from the giant mall with the same name in the Queensway Evans Avenue area, were hanging on to any good news. The scene was ugly. A woman was covered in blood from stab wounds. In addition to injuries sustained by the baby, a man was stabbed, bitten and scratched. Both adults are expected to recover. The woman, said to be the child's mother, covered her face with a blanket as she was put in an ambulance by paramedics who patched her up. You could see the blood and slash wounds on her arms. The little girl, born August, remains in critical condition and police say charges are pending against her mother. But the focus of this investigation and story is little Scarlett. Her condition was touch and go from the outset. She was in terrible trauma, injuries neighbors and emergency services personnel describe as resulting from being thrown down to the floor. There was internal bleeding, said someone close to the case. But Toronto Police 22 Division Det. Dave Knowles would not confirm what exactly did happen. He did say the incident began in a unit and spilled into the lobby. All scenarios, he said, would be thoroughly investigated. Witnesses, some of whom frantically called 911 for help, talked of hearing a commotion inside the apartment of the Korean-Canadian family which is not known to police. Efforts were being made to determine the little girl's family situation and where she may go if she recovers. First things first. Doctors are trying to save her life and still need to take a look to see if there are brain, cranial and other injuries. The scene shook up those who responded, and also the 911 operators and police officers, including Const. David Hopkinson, who is involved in so many of the city's troubling cases. Cook, too. You think they have seen it all, but when a tiny baby is involved, everybody feels it. I also know the people of this city, and I join them so very close to Christmas and the holiday season, when they send their collective wishes of recovery, hope, and optimism, prayers and thoughts for this beautiful small child, said Supt. Cook. So well said. All anybody involved wants for Christmas is for baby Scarlett to get a second chance at life.